Hello. Welcome back. It's me, Dale. Thank you for joining me again today. Today I wanted to show you guys another one of my favorite things to do, pyrography. So, for those of you who don't know, pyrography is basically just the art of drawing with fire. Or to be more frank with you, it's drawing with a hot pen, which makes it sound way less cool, but it's still pretty cool. So in case you don't know, California, both north and south, have been on fire recently, like serious fire. And also, if you don't know, I actually live right around Los Angeles. I haven't been told to evacuate or anything yet. I probably won't be, but I figured in the spirit of fires happening, I should try showing you guys how pyrography works. I am still fairly new to it, but I'm still not afraid to show you guys me just trying something. So, let me show you all my supplies. Okay, so I am definitely standing up on a couch, and hopefully I'm not gonna fall. So my current set includes the Razortip SK. It's kind of a basic burning system. You can see the 0 and 1, that's gonna be my power button, and then 1 to 10, 1 being the least hot and 10 being the most hot. I guess another way to say that is cold and hot. Also, I've got this wire here that I'm gonna plug in. The other side plugs into the pen. These are my silicone finger gloves. I don't know if that's what they're actually called, but that is what I call them. Normally I put these on my middle finger, my index finger, and my thumb. This is my sponge sander. I don't know if that's what that's actually called, but that seems pretty straightforward to me. You can see I've gotten a lot of use out of it already, but basically I use it to prime my work surface if I'm working with wood. And now for the main event. So these are my pens. I only have 4 of them because they're pretty expensive. They're worse than Copics. This one right here is a spoon shader. It's basically just a shading tool. You can kind of see how it's rounded, so you have a lot of versatility. It's also my only heavy-duty pen. You can tell because of how big and thick the barrel is. Okay, so this one's my ball stylus pen. Basically, I use it for texturing, and really it depends on how hot it is. This is my writing pen. I don't often use it for writing, but that's what it's for. And finally, this is my carver pen. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but what I do know is that it's sharp AF, and it gets stuck in divots really, really easily. This is my carbon cleaner. After working at really high heats, your pens will often wind up with carbon on them, which makes them much less effective, so I use this to clean them off. And now we come to our work surfaces. I'm going to be working on this big piece of wood right here. This is actually basswood. Basswood? But I do have some samples of other things you can burn on. So this is just regular wood. There's also leather. And yes, you can technically burn on both sides of the leather, but the more gritty side, I don't recommend it so much. It's not going to come out as well. Different leathers and different qualities of leather will have different varieties of fuzziness. Speaking of fuzziness, can I get some focus in here, please? But anyways, yes, typically you would burn on this side. Finally, the last of products that I have to burn on, bone. So bone is a hassle because it takes so long to burn. You need to have it at really high heat, and you also have to take your sweet time. I probably had my burner at 9 or 10 to burn this, and it took 20 minutes or so, even though it's very, very small. Now that you guys are familiar with the workspace, let's start the project. So honestly, when I first started considering this project, the fires weren't even on the news yet, and as such I was actually thinking of more of like a demon creature, kind of like this, towering over a little boy and his puppy, curled up in the corner of a room or something like that, because I didn't get to do enough Halloween drawing during October. But then when I started to hear about the fires, the idea of them kind of got into my head a little bit, and I decided I might make this into an opportunity to request help for the people and animals who have been injured in the fires. I don't have a big audience, obviously, but for those who run across this, then maybe you can help out. I'm gonna put a few links in the description so that if you want to help out, you can. Oh yeah, by the way, sketch is done. Another thing that I'll use my sanding sponge for is to lighten up my sketch before I begin burning. Next come the finger gloves and plugging in whatever pen I'm going to be using. For lining, I'm going to be starting with my ballpoint. One finger, two finger, three finger. Okay. You'll notice how much I turned the temperature down from about 9 to 4. That's because when you burn on bone, it needs to be so high, and when you burn on wood, you really don't need that much heat in order to make a mark. This is how red hot the tip gets at 10. I don't need that much, obviously. I just thought you guys might want to see. It's kind of cool. And also I realized how close that looked to my hand. It was actually a good few inches away. Something else the sanding sponge is really good for is erasing mistakes. Obviously you can't erase your burn lines with an eraser, but you can if you sand down the wood underneath it. Moving on to my shading pen now. I'm going to speed this up a little bit more because shading takes a long time. So even with this heavy-duty pen, there's still a lot of heat that comes out of these little vents here, which is why you're going to see a lot of me shaking my hand. I'm not giving you jazz hands, don't worry, I'm just in pain. Eventually though, I do get smart and I start using my silicone finger gloves, but even those will get heated up after a little while. Also, sorry for the lighting changes. I was doing this in 2 different places. Watching this in high speed, my god, do I wish that it were this quick. These dots were all individually done with that ballpoint pen, and it took a long time. Now, hopefully you're reading the stray dots around the demon's body as embers or ash or something like that. But if you're not, then hopefully it still looks cool, I guess. I apologize for my autofocus. It's kind of angry with me. I don't know why. I'll ask it about that after I finish this drawing. I got sick of the stippling and I'm back to my shader pen. Adding some finishing touches to this, and done. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. This is actual size. It probably looks a lot bigger on screen than it actually is. As you can tell, it's a new day. I have changed clothes. Still got the same eyeshadow though. With that said, I wanted to let you guys know that as of this morning, we have 44 confirmed fatalities because of these fires, which I think it makes these wildfires currently the deadliest in California history. So again, I am going to leave some links in the description below so that if you want to, you can donate. If you want to find out more information about the fires, it's not hard to find info. Just Google California wildfires and you'll definitely find some stuff. But there are a lot of people and a lot of animals that could use your help. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you want to see more pyrography stuff. I love doing this, it just takes a while. It definitely takes longer than the 5 minutes you guys watched. Thanks again for watching. Till next time.